And we are live. What is up, everybody? Just trying to get my camera all set up. Everyone, how are we doing today? It's your dude, Chuck, and we are on the Indie Advocates main page of the website, and we're going to go over the news. Oh, man, see, I'm not even ready. I don't even have the news queued up or nothing. I don't even know why you people like me. Because I'm cute. That's fucking why. All right. Let's see that spinning globe of death. See what happens. All right, cool. All right, my friends. On to the news. I will not act now. I will act later. First off, on Kickstarter, we've got Avani Origins #1. I know that this bad boy has funded, and they're going for they're going for stretch goals. So if you like a badass bitch, from what I can tell, that's exactly what Avani is. She is actually a villain that came up during the Niobe run with Larry Patrick Higgins. So if you like his work, and if you like just badass bitches who revel in being badass, this is it. On Kickstarter, White Widow, Naked Truth. Dude, this thing, I was like, I've never heard of this, and it kind of looks like, and you know, all you can ever do, guys, is go by what you first see. So to me, when I first saw it, I was like, it kind of looks like a Spider-Woman ripoff, sort of. And then I looked at it, and I was like, oh shit, like, this is huge. Like, I think it's in like the $20,000 range or whatever it's brought in. Like, and I mean, all you can ever do is kind of say what you think, you know, or think what you think when you see something. And that's you know, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but what the fuck do you judge it by? Like, I can't read every fucking book I see, so you see that, and that was my first thought. But this is legit. It looks really cool. I haven't picked it up. I haven't jumped on any of it, but my plan is to hopefully see these guys at MegaCon, and then I can check it out and hopefully see what all the hubbub is about. But you know what? You guys don't all have that option. So instead, why don't you hit up this Kickstarter? Ice World Mutant Wars. From Studio Scoffer, creator of the dark fantasy animated film Dagon Troll World. I don't... This... And so we've talked about this before, guys. This tells me nothing. Ice World Mutant Wars, and it's a picture of what looks to be maybe a cat? And like I've said before, this isn't on the website necessarily. We can only post what you give us. But that headline that we've been given, it doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't get people excited. And I know sometimes I might come off as a bitch. And maybe I am one. Whatever. I'll take that. I'll own it. But if you want people to look at your stuff, like now on Kickstarter, cool. Now on Kickstarter, cool. Like that instantly tells me something. This has told me nothing. Studio Scoffer, never heard of him. Dagon Troll World, never heard of it. I've heard of trolls. I've heard of worlds. I've heard of ice. Anyways, that joke could go on for a bit. But yeah, and Gov Scoffer, I have heard of them. But again, I don't know anything about this. So hopefully next week we'll have more to talk about that. Welcome to Dust County, now on Kickstarter. The Dust County Chronicles, a horror parody mini anthology. This is by Joel Rodriguez. It looks really cool. It's from his Metal Ninja Studios. And it's a take on a lot of, like, I think it's like Peter Pan and, what are some of the other ones, Wendell?
Goldilocks and Three Bears.
Goldilocks and Three Bears, only they're lycanthropes, right? They're werewolves?
Yep.
So yeah, like it's just a horror take on all these stories that we grew up. So that looks cool, and it funded within the first like 12 hours.
9 hours.
9 hours, yeah. So that's a really cool one to check out, take a look at. And I mean, it's going to be going into stretch goals, and I love stretch goals so much because it means that I get what I get and then some, and I like the and then some part. The Comic-Con forecast. This was February 28th to March 3rd, so obviously it's done. But I'm already seeing a bunch of really cool names. MegaCon Orlando, as you all know, Chucky's going to be there. And now Neil Adams is going to be there. He must have heard that Wendy and I are going to be there. And he was like, Oh, dude, well, if they're gonna be there, I gotta show up. Maybe he's gonna come and try to get my. You know what? I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. You know what? So cool though to be able to say, like even my friends, my fellow collaborators and creators out there, even if we don't make it, okay, even if you got your comic out there and you did everything you could and it just didn't happen, you were in the likes of amazing talent, amazing people, and we got to say that we worked around these people. That's fucking cool. It really is. Take that in. Go out there, do your cons, have a good time, but you get to say stuff like, man, I got to do a con with Neil Adams. Like, badass. So badass. Who did I get to do a con with? I got to do a con with Jim Lee. Did I meet him? Nope.
I did.
Did you meet him?
I did.
I hate you a little bit. I don't remember you saying that.
Oh no, never mind. I met Will Spertasio.
Oh, you met Will. Okay, but Will Spertasio is pretty awesome as well. Okay. Sneak peek: Scorriors Volume 2, season summer number 4 is coming out. That's from Devil's Due. That's something to check out. That's Comic-Con forecast. Of course, that was dealt with. Creator Spotlight: Ogre number 1 by Bob Sally is part of the comic bundle in the Boston Metaphysical Society. That's over and done with, so we're going to move on. Coalition Comics, the Power Company number 1 is out and for sale. And there is a bunch of people who have come together on Power Company. These are a bunch of guys, from what I can tell, who all got together on ICC, the Indie Comic Coalition or something like that. Oh, Independent Comic Coalition, I believe it is. And they've gotten together and they've made this cool superhero world. I believe that's 5-star up front. There's that looks like it's Spirit's Destiny out back. So there's a lot of cool shit in there. I could be wrong though, because she looks kind of white in this picture. But anyways, a lot of cool stuff happening. So check that one out. And you can find it on Indie Planet right now. The Solitary Divide, a post-apocalyptic zombie outbreak comic with a focus on prepping and survival. This one looks cool. I've been speaking with the creator, Risa, a little bit off and on. Yeah, that's right. There it is. Risa Kisaragi. And hopefully I got that close to right. And yeah, they've got some stuff going on there. And hopefully we'll see some cool shit from that. And we'll get to, see it on Kickstarter, pick it up. I think it's really cool. I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I was gonna say something. You ever I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna move on. My mouth is ridiculous. America's Kingdom issues 1 through 2 are available on Indie Planet. That's from Brian L. Hawkins, Genosis or Gnosis, depending on how you say it, Entertainment. That looked like a really badass series. That'll be a cool one to take a look at and get caught up on. The Undead trilogy is launching in May of 2019. That's from Shane Walsh-Smith, who he is like a graphic novel king. The guy just, everything he does, he wants to do big. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do a small one this time. It might only be 200 pages. He's a cool dude from Australia. We launched at the same time last year, and he did really well. He's got cool shit happening. So I hope to see really cool stuff from him and see how that happens. Available now, The Protector is now on Comixology. That's Marcus H. Roberts. I love that art. The art is so beautiful. It looks like a badass medieval bishop from X-Men. I think that's cool. And that's not me saying, oh, they ripped out Bishop. That's just like, he kind of has that look to him. I think that's a badass look. I like that character. For the next 2 weeks, Nook Part 1 is free, and that will get you interested for Nook Part 2, which is on Kickstarter right now. Juan Prada, and I am the creator of your... Okay, we've talked about this one before. I believe I did look into it real quick, and it's just... it's about creating portraits and whatnot, or a book on portraits. Not really 100% sure. This is kind of going into stuff from earlier. Let's, and like I said, I think I said it last week when I did it. Obviously, English isn't their first language, so it was a little difficult, but it did look really cool when I did check it out. And we can go into that. I'm not going to go into it anymore right now, but certainly you can go to last week's episode with me and you can take a look at it. Or there's a good chance that when Rob does it, he'll jump on that as well. Because, Rob, he loves to jump on stuff. Aw, yeah. Argo 5 number 28 is now available in print and digitally at Indie Planet. Dude, issue 28. Like, that's a big freaking deal. Good for you guys. Meet the first superhero with cerebral palsy. That, now, I don't believe they are actually the first superhero with cerebral palsy. I believe there's actually been others. I can't 100% remember whom, but either way, I love seeing different takes on superheroes and on just characters. And I mean, it's a part of our life. Like, for some people, cerebral palsy is a part of their everyday, and so it's nice for them to be able to have someone that they can latch on to and look up to. So good for you guys. Excited to see where that heads out. Something new for webcomics fans. That's from Brian L. Hawkins. I've spoken of him before because he also had over here with his Cornrows comic. He's got a lot of shit going on, a lot of irons on the stove. So definitely check out his stuff, man. Just take a look at Genosis or Gnosis Entertainment and see what's coming out because he's got a lot of shit happening. Then you can check out Transgenesis Comics now on sale. Oh. And I'm sure they're not stale. I'm sure of it. I've taken a look at this one. It looks badass. The art is amazing. I'd be interested to see what the story. Excuse me. Comic in the Classroom milestone. Comics in the Classroom with Nicole Jobin. Wants to thank everyone for all their support. And, of course, if you guys don't know about Comics in the Classroom, it's a movement that is trying to get people into trying to get comics in the classroom. It's as easy as that, really. And so they're out there and they're trying to make their message known and get people excited. And I believe your dude Chuck is actually going to be in one of their panels in May. So hopefully I'll see you people there. I know very little about this one. Again, it's all about the title, guys. You gotta make us want to click on it and check it out. And the picture's fine. It's totally fine. But this tells us nothing. And you can't expect the team to, make up a whole post for you and all this kind of stuff. You need to, kind of... We need to take this seriously. We need to do them like their news reports. So, if you want us to put something up, give us something to put up. Drexler 2 is still on Kickstarter, kicking ass. I'm pretty sure if it's not funded, it's really close to funded. Dean Kish has something up there, and I don't know what it is. It reminds them of Tony Daniels the 10th. All right. Gateway Comics presents. This is more backstabbing in the boardroom in episode 177. So you hear episode 177, you go, okay, that's a webcomic. It's been going for a long time. That's something to check out, dude. You haven't told us anything about the comic, but the actual fact that you're on episode 177, regardless, it could be and I'm not saying it is, but it could be the biggest piece of shit fucking stick figure crap. But the fact that you got to episode 177 and you're pushing regardless is really commendable. Do I believe that that's what it is? No, I don't. I'm sure it's a lot better than that. But that's all I need to know. Like, even just seeing episode 177, it tells me you're trying to make it happen. Good for you. Way to go, Gateway Comics. That's awesome. Jenny Gregory's Casper cover is now available at your local comic shops. That's so cool. To be able, Casper is, I've said it before, Casper is a big name. Casper is a part of all of our youths. How old do you have to be to not know Casper as a child. I don't know. Maybe like Brian K. Morris old. I love how that came up, and I love you, Brian. You're such a good dude. Uh, and actually, his comics sometimes remind Spencer Spook reminds me a little of Casper. But yeah, had to do that. Murder on Kickstarter. They're very excited to tell us how awesome their team is, and if you believe them, check it out. Of course, we have this cosplay stuff. With a bunch of new rewards on offer, including special cosplay photos of our character Lozen. Now is the time to back XCT Breakout, and that's Extreme Championship Tournament. That's a good one. That's really cool. We've talked about it many times, and the fact that they're able to get a cosplayer to do their stuff is so cool. I want that myself. Check out what Danielle Danbrenis Spizzani is working on. I remember talking about this before. This looks like a really badass piece. So that if you like that, look, you can look further into their stuff. Larry Patrick Higgins is giving us updates on Avani, and of course that was back when it was only at 50% funded. Now, of course, it is funded. So if you hop on that bad boy, excuse me, then you can learn even more and get even more. Seed Seekers creator Martha Schwartz is creating Seeds of Fandom for her Kickstarter. She's creating these sweet Funko Pops. I would love, babe, how awesome would it be to have a Funko Pop of friggin' like Caretaker?
Yeah.
I think a Manny Funko Pop wouldn't look anything special,
I
but
think a Link Funko Pop would be
a Link Funko Pop would be fucking
I was actually
awesome!
thinking about that the other day.
Oh man, you're so right. Who is Link? Good question, people. Keep an eye on things, and hopefully you will see it. And I actually have a viewer. Oh, I'm screwing everything up. So, oh man, I got so excited that I had a viewer that I screwed up my camera. And hopefully you're back again. No. Here you go. Okay, cool. And viewer, I hope you didn't leave. I'm very sorry for screwing around. Please be my friend, whomever you are. Let's go on. Kitsune, right here, really nice person. And they have their manga Foxy and Wolfie up. I've said it before. I'm not necessarily a manga guy, but boy, oh boy, is the art just alone is beautiful. I've read some of it. It's, you know what? It's not for me, and that's okay. But it's solid. It's good. The writing is good. And I think it's really a cool project to check out, especially if this is your kind of thing. I think you're gonna love it. And of course, if you're not, there's always other things like more Dust County Chronicles, Havard Saints 8, Federal Offensive Responsers US. They're heading to Kickstarter soon. I have a copy of that book that I need to be trying to review. I have a bunch of shit I need to be trying to review. Life has been crazy, my friends, but we do what we can, and that's just that. So we delete that fucking page. We go down for Geek Girl. I don't know if Geek Girl is still on Kickstarter, but it's got stuff going on, and of course the new Geek Girl is back, so that's amazing. Then we have Why Faith, which is coming I think in April, and they're really building up their stuff and talking about it a lot, which is good. Very important to do. So glad to hear that. The hardest working man in comics is still, I think he's still trying to, he might still be on Kickstarter, still trying to make that happen. So good on him. Austin Jankowski is on Kickstarter by now with their Zombies We're Human. And the artwork looks amazing on that. If you're a zombie fan, I mean, dude, just check that art out. It's freaking gorgeous. You know what's not on here, though, is a book that I have worked on, is on Kickstarter. And, I don't know what happened to it, but you and we're going to go to this together right fucking now. And we're going to check it out, and we're going to talk about it, because it's, you know what, man? Honestly, I swear that there's a conspiracy for people to not see that. Well, actually, oh shit, see? There's two big books that have not been checked out. So, first, let's take a look at Barbara Unleashed. It's hit its goal. It's moving forward, and because it's he actually wanted like it's got a $35 goal. He actually wanted a $350 goal, but here it is. This is the book, and we all know what the book was originally called. Those of us who've been watching, but why don't we check out the video for this?
Not everyone is born to be normal. Some are born to be different. For some, the rules of normal don't fit who they are. For some, life isn't about cheap sexual experiences or cheap highs. Barbara is drawn to things most would not understand, or worse, demonize.
I love that little lip bite.
Barbara seeks to explore her dark instincts in the New York City underground. Join Barbara on her coming-of-age tale and watch her journey through the New York City underground. Learn from Barbara how not to become a victim of overeagerness. Back this project to explore the darker instincts of humans. Music provided by Ben Sound. Music used, Dreams, and Once Again.
Oh shit, was I allowed to show this art? Oh no, I'm not sure because sometimes I screwed up. Oh, who's this? Hey, it's Weston. What's going on? Tales from the Beyond the Gate is on IGG right now. Naomi is on Kickstarter. That's what he's saying. Oh, and Tank loves. Oh, Geek Girl. Yeah, no, I've heard really good things about Geek Girl. I haven't jumped on it yet. I think a lot of it is that it scares me because I'm gonna have to get it sent. I'm gonna get around to it at some point. Stop yelling at me, people. But yeah, it looks like a really good one. So that was Barbara Unleashed. I love the new rebranding, Rob. I love the video. I think you did great on the video. Honestly, that's probably the best video you've ever done, dude. Do more of that. Sure. I really like this one. It's not getting near the love it deserves, but boy is it cool. So all of you out there who are watching today, please check out Barbara Unleashed. Even if you're not into this kind of thing necessarily, it's a really well told story. I had friends at cons because as the editor, I was given a bunch of issues, and I had friends and people at cons checking it out. I actually had a buddy who came with me to one of the conventions, and he sat and hanged out. It is a fun read, isn't it? Well, sorry, are we talking about Geek Girl? If we are, then yes, Tank. I've heard that, and I would love to check it out. But this also was a fun read. It was very deep. It was beautiful, and it really showed you the inner workings of someone who has these dark needs, tendencies, and they need to do something with it. And so it really made me feel for them, and if you can do that, then if they can make you feel for someone that you don't understand, I think that's a special thing. That it really is. So let's check out this one. I believe it's a conspiracy that this book is not doing better. It kicked ass on Kickstarter once before. It's back again. This is Dulce. It's all about Dulce is all about a underground base in New Mexico, and it's actually based around real conspiracy theories. And so the team has taken these real conspiracy theories and we've blown it up and we've done some cool ass shit with it. It needs a flashy Tank says it needs a flashy picture up top. Videos have a very low watch rate. Yeah, you know what? You might actually not. You could be totally right about that. What about this one? Do you like? Oh, this one needs a flashy. You're saying that okay? Would this need a flashy one too? I will say we're gonna check this video out in a minute. This is a special instant reward. I love this idea. This is something that Eric Cockle does. It's an instant reward. And so basically what happens is as soon as you jump on this Kickstarter, you get the visitor's guide. And it talks all about, it gives you all the insider details on the character. So what a really cool idea. I love that. And of course, You get that in a digital version, but you also get it when you get the physical. I believe that comes with it, so that's really cool. And they have a 6-page preview, so you can kind of find out what's going on. Of course, we have the beautiful art of Greg Warrenchak, the colors of Avery Ferdinand. I was talking with the boys last night because we ended up doing an audio commentary, and everything just kind of blows up. It's got like a cartoony sensation to it, but it's more than that too. And of course, it's such a fun book. And you know, it's got all these conspiracies in it, and more, of course. So what a really good book. And I'm not just saying that because I work on it. I really do love this book. I love selling the book. And now I'm going to show you guys the video so you can check it out and we'll see what you think.
This is Maria Garza reporting from the Archuleta Mesa near Dulce, New Mexico. I've infiltrated the perimeter. What's that? This place feels very familiar. I'm following some dirt paths around the mesa, looking for any signs of an entrance. And with any luck, I'll find Marcus Edwards alive and well within this place. But who knows what else?
In 2018, investigative reporter Maria Garza found herself obsessed with a missing persons case, the case of evolutionary biologist Marcus Edwards. When a ping from his cell phone appeared out of nowhere in the middle of nowhere near Dulce, New Mexico, she couldn't resist the mystery, which ultimately ended in her own missing persons case. Hi, my name is Eric J. Cockrell. I'm co-creator and co-writer of this tale, which began a year ago in the first Dulce comic, Dulce the New Guy, where we were introduced to Marcus Edwards and an insane cast of creatures and aliens. Dulce Tour of Duty picks up months after the first story. Marcus is working on fitting in with his fellow base workers, and when Maria Garza appears on the scene, he is thrown into an adventure that blows the base wide open for the reader, while introducing new allies and a new menace. If you enjoy a good old-fashioned, character-driven science fiction comic book adventure with loads of mythology and brilliant art, you'll love Dulce Tour of Duty. Story by Gene Hoyle and Eric J. Cockrell. Art by Greg Warrenchak and Avery Ferdinand. Letters by Mike Wagner and edited by Chuck Pineau.
Woo!
Get yours today at dulcecomic.com.
All right, cool. See, isn't that thing badass? I would love for you guys to check it out. Jump on. It's got 65 backers already. We're gonna need more to get up to our 3K, but I believe we can do it. Still got 15 days to go. We're halfway through, so we're at 30%. That's a little underwhelming, but I believe we can still do it. We definitely got the fight in us. Thank you, Tank. I'm really glad you like it. Yeah, dude. This is issue 2. I think you should, if you get the chance, jump on, grab issues 1 and 2. It's a really fun book, but it's not just fun. It's actually like it's intelligently written. It's there's just some really cool takes on these conspiracies and stuff. And if you don't know, Eric Cockrell is huge into the conspiracy stuff. He actually has his own YouTube show called Strange Tales Weekly. And they actually like research and study this stuff. And they've had some cool guests and some really sweet stuff. So he's actually pulling from a really real place. Tank says sequential pages need to be in a pinup sandwich. I don't know what a pinup sandwich is. I would love to have that explanation. Just so that I could do the same thing, but that's really cool. So anyways, this was the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about and show you. So, do you want me more now? Excuse me, that was disgusting. Ugh. How do you people even like it? So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tank, for showing up. I love having people out here with me. There's my finger. You can see here. And then, you know what, guys? Thank you so much. I love having you guys check out all the great news that we have here on Indie Advocates. And please be your own Indie Advocate. Show off the great works that other people are doing that you're inspired by and that you love. And, of course, show off your own shit, too, because who else is going to do it for you? Hail, Indie Advocates. That's fucking right, Tank. All right. Thank you, everybody. Much love. As always, my friends. Peace.